Exodus chapter 16, it's observations from the land of grumbling. Okay, I'm gonna start reading in verse 2 of Exodus chapter 16 out of the ESV version. It says, and the whole congregation, how big was that group of people? Around 1.5 million people. And the whole congregation of people of Israel grumbled against Moses and Aaron in the desert. And the people of Israel said to them, would we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the meat pots and ate bread to the full, for you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill us, the whole assembly, with hunger. I don't know about you, but one of the things we really like to complain about is food. When are we gonna eat? Who's cooking? I don't like this food. How much? Can we do this? Don't you find yourself kind of getting kind of excited about food, but grumbling if you don't have enough food or the right kind of food? Think about it. 1.5 million people start to grumble. Grumbling is contagious, by the way. Let me just say that. One person starts, it spreads to the next person, spreads to the next person, and pretty soon, I can guarantee you that not all 1.5 million were unhappy at the same time. But if you hear someone else that's unhappy, if they start grumbling, you kind of get caught up into it. Yeah, why don't we have more food? Yeah, this is nasty. We had this yesterday. And everybody starts pitching in, and pretty soon, the entire atmosphere of a group can go south, negative, critical, because of grumbling. And here they are. Here's the background of the story. Only a month before, 4 weeks earlier, they had just been set free from 400 years of slavery. In fact, if you look at chapter 15 of Exodus, most of the chapter is a song of celebration. It tells us in chapter 15 that they were delivered from the most powerful nation on earth at the time, which were the Egyptians, that had enslaved them, that were pursuing them, and God had opened up miraculously the Red Sea, led them on dry land. The waters had come down, eliminated their enemies, and they pulled out the tambourines and the dance on the other side, and they just started praising and dancing and celebrating and singing songs and rejoicing that God had set them free. Miriam, who was Moses' sister, led the charge. They sang, they danced. It was a massive celebration. 3 days later, they were whining about the water. A month later, they're complaining about the food, and not only are they complaining about the food, but now they're saying, we were better off in Egypt. You know, we go quickly from a dance of celebration to the circle of complaining. It can happen like this. Some of you go from worshiping God this morning, raising hands, God, how great thou art. Amazing God. And you go to your first restaurant and say, what is this? I didn't want this. I wanted to go to the other restaurant. They made me go to this restaurant. I'm here. I can't believe we're here. I'm fasting. Think about it. The dance of celebration to the circle of complaining, very, very fast. It tells us that, I know it was a month later because in Exodus chapter 12, 18, it tells us when it was the 15th day of the second month. This marked 1 month after leaving Egypt, and they left on the 15th day of the previous month, as found in Exodus chapter 12. In the song that they sang after they were released, they said, who is like you, O Lord, among the gods? This is just a month earlier. Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in your glorious deeds, doing wonders? And now they're saying, we had it better in Egypt. How many of you know that we quickly forget how bad it was? I mean, they're saying we were better off in Egypt. Seriously? I mean, people were whipping your backs. You had no rights. You worked day and night. They were killing your children, and you want to go back to Egypt? You know, our mind has a tendency when we're complaining of comparing in our mind with something else. And sometimes our comparison is not really legit comparison because we whitewash the past a little bit and we act like it was better than what it was.